We're going to talk about the mode dial on the top of our Nikon camera. We're in automatic right now. The flash will fire when it wants to, as the camera is set to. So when you're in the dark, you're okay. The flash will fire, she will focus, they will communicate to each other. If you're photographing someone or something in front of a window though, your flash will not pop up because the camera will see all that bright light. We go to the guide. It will give you a descriptive way what you have the camera set to, what that mode will do, what your options are. So again, you're totally automatic, but the camera will be describing what you're actually choosing to help you out. P is for program. The camera will pick the lens opening and shutter speed based on if you have your flash up, your exposure compensation right here, and you select your ISO. So based on all that, the camera will pick your lens opening and shutter speed combination. S is shutter priority mode. You pick your shutter speed, the camera picks the lens opening based on the ISO, whether or not you popped your flash, and your exposure compensation button. A is aperture priority mode. You pick your lens opening, the camera picks the shutter speed based on whether your flash is up, you have your exposure compensation here selected, and also your ISO. Manual, you pick everything. You pick your ISO, you pick your lens opening, you decide if you want your flash. You do not need, this usually does not work. There's some Nikon cameras that will give you a little more light with your exposure compensation, but traditionally that goes away and turns into your meter. And also based on your ISO, it'll help you with setting your lens opening and shutter speed. Now we're in our automatic settings. This is night portrait. The camera will pop the flash. It's meant to be used in the dark, in the night. And you have someone, let's say, in front of a fountain. The flash will fire, will light up your person, and yet give you a slow shutter speed so that you can have your fountain show up in the picture like you do see in real life. Don't really use the close-up mode, the tulip. If you're in the dark, it's late in the shadows, your flash might pop, which means when you're nice and close range to your lens, to your subject, your flash will wash out any light colored flowers. The only thing that really survives is like the dark colored purples, your dark purple petunias and things. There's better settings to use than this, but I just like to tell everybody about it. This is your sport mode, so the camera will continuously focus and take the picture quickly to keep up with that action. It is meant though to be used outside. If you do try it indoors, either your pictures can become dark or they could become blurry depending on the age of the camera. Kids and pets is a good one, another automatic setting, but it's nice indoors, so as people are moving around they won't blur. It's not meant for action as fast as the sport mode, but your normal holiday gatherings, festive gatherings, and you don't want to use a flash, this is very nice for indoors and in low light, especially even in the winter. Your landscape setting is meant to be outside. Your flash should not fire, and it will give you your background pretty much clear so you can see those nice beautiful landscape type photos. Portrait, your flash can fire. It is meant to blur your background within reason so that your person stands out from the background, and another totally automatic setting. Your no flash setting is automatic, but to the point where your flash will not fire. So if you are in a museum or something, it will take that low light into consideration. So do test all these automatic settings here, these picture modes, and just see if your particular camera in each mode, whether you're indoors or outdoors, if that flash will fire. That will give you your little insurance policy so that you know how your camera is going to work in such situations. And just each time you do your test, just push your flash down so that you know and you hear that pop so you know whether or not it's actually going to happen. So have fun experimenting with your mode dial.